In this video, I'm going to do a step-by-step beginner tutorial on how to trade futures on Bydfi. If you're still relatively new to the platform, I do have a step-by-step beginner tutorial where I cover the spot market as well as some other basic functions on the platform. And I'll leave a link for that video in the description down below for anyone that might find that helpful. In this video, I'll be focusing on futures trading. I'll show you how to transfer your assets from your spot account and into your futures account. After that, I'll take you into the futures market, show you the different market types and pairings, I'll show you how to change your margin mode, adjust your leverage, and then I'll break down the user interface. After that, I'll demonstrate some trades using market orders, limit orders, and how to set up some stop losses. All of that and more with some tips and tricks along the way. If this is your first time signing up on Bydfi, I left a link for you in the description down below as well as in the pinned comment. If you use that link when signing up, you'll be eligible for Bydfi's current sign-up promotion, whatever that might be by the time you're watching this video. At the time of recording, you can get up to 2,888 in tether bonuses, open a mystery box, and there's an exclusive offer to get 100 tether deposited into your futures account. And I'll show you how to collect that in this tutorial. You'll also be supporting my work at no extra cost to you. So if you feel I've done a good job of this tutorial, you'd like to support my work and receive some sign-up bonuses, feel free to use that link when signing up. This video is not financial advice and is for educational purposes only. Always do your own research before ever putting any of your money at risk. I also left you some timestamps in the description down below, so at any point feel free to skip ahead to a section that might be most relevant to you. Aside from that, don't forget to leave me a like and hit subscribe for future content. Let's get into the video. If you click on my link in the description of the video or in the pinned comment down below, you'll be redirected to this page here where you can create your account. You can create your account by using your mobile number or you can use your email. I personally just used my email. So simply type in your email in this box here. Then you'll need to request an email verification code by clicking here on send. Once that verification code arrives in your email, retrieve it and type it into this box here. Then come up with a good login password. And after that, be sure to read through the user agreement as well as the privacy policy. If everything looks good to you, just check this right here and then click on Get Started to create your account. At the time of recording, KYC is not necessary for creating your account, but some of the services will be limited, such as your withdrawal limit. Also, a lot of exchanges have been switching over to KYC lately, so I figured I'd show you where to go to get verified just in case it becomes necessary by the time you're watching this video. This is also how you can get that 100 tether bonus deposited into your futures account, and this is an exclusive offer only for those that used my link when signing up. What you would need to do is complete KYC, deposit 100 tether onto the platform, then come down here and click on this little yellow icon. This is going to bring up Bydfi customer service. And come down here and send them a message. Let them know that you watched my tutorial, that you used my link when signing up, and that you deposited 100 tether onto the platform. Once they verify that, they'll put 100 tether into your futures account. You can use that money to place trades and the profits are yours to keep. At the time of recording, this is an ongoing promotion, but it could change in the future. So if you're going to be completing KYC, make sure to collect that extra 100 tether bonus into your futures account. You'll also be able to open a mystery box as well, and I'll show you where to find that. You just simply come right up here where it says Welcome Rewards, give that a click. And on this page here, you'll see that you can open a mystery box for completing KYC, in addition to getting that extra 100 tether deposited into your futures account. You'll also notice that there's several other bonuses on this page for completing simple tasks, like binding Google Authenticator, creating an anti-phishing code. Some of these are really easy. You can find some advanced tasks if you click right here, and here's where you can find additional bonuses for depositing onto the platform and completing trades. So if you're going to be doing any of these anyways, just make sure to come in here and collect some tether bonuses. To get verified and complete KYC, you just simply come right up here to your profile icon, and from this drop-down menu, click right here where it says Account and Security. Then on this page here, come on over here and click on Basic Verification. And this is where you can begin the KYC verification process. During this process, you'll have to present a government-issued document, such as a driver's license or a passport. You'll need to take a photo of it or a scan and upload it to Bydfi to verify your identity. So simply start out by clicking right here and then select the country from this drop-down menu that issued those documents by simply clicking on it and then click on Confirm. Then on this page here, select the government-issued document that you'll be using to verify your identity. Type in your full name here, enter the ID number, and make sure that the information you have filled in is consistent with the information on your ID. Over here's where you would click to upload your document. And then once that's complete, you'd click on confirm to proceed with this process. So if anybody wants to get verified, now's a good time to pause the video, get verified, and I'll see you on the next step of this tutorial. Before trading on the futures market, you'll have to transfer your assets internally into your futures account. If you don't already have assets on the platform, you can find your fiat purchasing options if you come right up here where it says buy crypto. Just give that a click. And this will bring you to an order form where you can buy crypto using fiat using a third-party service provider, at least at the time of recording. In the future, I imagine that Bydfi will be adding more fiat payment gateways. If you simply want to deposit some assets onto the platform, you can come right over here where it says assets, and then click on deposit from this drop-down menu. And this will bring you over to the crypto deposit form. If anyone needs any more information on how to get all this done, I'll cover this more in my Bydfi step-by-step beginner tutorial, and I'll be sure to leave a link for that video in the description down below for anyone that might find that helpful. In this video, I intend to get straight into the futures trading. To internally transfer the assets from your spot account into your futures account, just simply come right up here, top right hand side, hover over assets, and in this drop-down menu, click on my assets. This will bring you into an overview of all your accounts. If you're looking to trade on the coin margin pairings, you'd click right here on your coin margin account, and then you'd transfer the asset in that you wish to trade on the futures market. Just keep in mind, when you're trading the coin margin pairings, this means that all profits and losses will be settled in the underlying asset that you're trading. So for example, if I wanted to trade Bitcoin using the coin margin pairings, I would have to transfer Bitcoin into my coin margin futures account. Then when I go to trade Bitcoin, all my profits and losses will be settled in Bitcoin using the Bitcoin pairing. If I wanted to trade Ethereum using coin margin, I'd have to transfer Ethereum into my coin margin futures account, and then all my profits and losses would be settled in Ethereum trading the Ethereum pairing. If you're looking to trade the Tether pairings where all profits and losses are settled in Tether, you just click right here where it says USDTM. And then you'd need to transfer some Tether into this account. So to do that, we can come down here beside Tether and click on transfer just underneath action. And alternatively, we can click on the transfer button right here next to convert. Then you'll get a little pop-up window where you can transfer assets into your futures account. And as you can see here, I'm currently set up to transfer from spot into my USDT margin account. You'll be able to see your available balance right here. So you can transfer in a custom amount if you choose, or if you want to transfer all of it in, just come over here, click on all, then click on confirm. And as you can see, I instantly transferred Tether into my USDT margin account. And you can see my Tether balance right here. Now I'm ready to trade using the USDT pairings. To get into the futures market, just come right up here where it says derivatives. Here at the top is where you'll find your USDT margin pairings. So all profits and losses using these pairings are going to be settled in Tether, and your coin margin pairings are right here. So all profits and losses using these pairings will be settled in the underlying asset that you're trading. For this tutorial, I'll be using the USDT margin pairings, and I'll go ahead and select Bitcoin versus Tether. And this will bring into the futures user interface. From here, you can change the pairing by coming right up here, top left-hand side. You'll see where it says BTC versus USDT. And down below, you'll find all your different pairings. Just simply click on the pairing you wish to trade. So if I want to switch this to Ethereum, I give ETH a click here at the top. And now you can see I just switched this to Ethereum versus Tether. Right here, we have the price action chart, showing us the asset's performance over a selected time frame. You can find your time frames right up here, top left-hand side of the chart. And as you can see, I'm currently set to a daily time frame. This means that each one of these candlesticks represents 1 day of time. If you want a different time frame, just come up to your time frames and click on the time frame you wish to view. So if I want a 30-minute, we'd give that a click. Now we're viewing the 30-minute time frame. This means each one of these candlesticks now represents 30 minutes of time. If you want to find additional time frames, just come up to this little tiny arrow right here. You'll get this pop-up window and you can select the time frame that you wish to view. So I'll go ahead and set us back to a daily here. The first thing I like to do is I like to come up here, top right-hand side of the chart, and make sure I'm set to trading view. If yours is set to the basic version, all you would need to do is come over here and click on trading view. This means the chart is now powered by TradingView, which is industry standard. This is going to give you access to some drawing tools as well as some basic indicators from TradingView. You'll find your drawing tools over here on the left-hand side of the chart, and next to each drawing tool is a tiny arrow. If you give that a click, it'll expand into a drop-down menu where you'll find additional drawing tools. If you want to make a tab of your favorite drawing tools, just highlight the star next to the tool that you wish to add. So let's go ahead and add a trend line, and we'll come back here and do a horizontal line like so. Let's go ahead and do a Fibonacci retracement, and I'll go ahead and add a brush because I'll be using that later in this tutorial, and I'll go ahead and add a rectangle. Now I'll close this out, and as you can see, I created a little tab with some of my favorite drawing tools that I can move around the chart wherever I like. If you'd like to add an indicator to the chart, just come right up to this little tab here, give it a click. Then you'll get a pop-up window with some basic indicators from TradingView, and you can use the wheel of your mouse to scroll down and just left click on the indicator that you wish to add to the chart. If there's something specific that you're looking for, you can search for it in the search bar. So if you want an RSI, just do something like that, and then we'll click on Relative Strength Index. And I'll close this out, and as you can see, I added the RSI to the bottom of the chart. If I want to get rid of that, I'd come over here and click on this tiny little X. And as you can see, I just removed it, as easy as that. Personally, I like to customize the appearance of my chart, so I'll quickly show you how to do that. The first thing I like to do is grab onto this little line right here. I like to drag that down just a little bit like this. Next, I like to adjust the appearance of the chart. You can do that by right-clicking on the chart and then come down here and click on Settings. Then you'll get a pop-up window where you can adjust the appearance of your chart. So what I like to do is come down here and click on Appearance. And I like to come up here where it says Background and click this little box next to Solid. In this color palette, I like to click right here on the darkest color. Now when I click on OK, you can see that I adjusted the appearance of the chart. So what you can do is you can right click on the chart, come into your settings, play around with this, get it looking the way that you like it. If at any point you want to reset the chart back to its default setting, just come down here, click on Template, then click on Apply Defaults. Now, as you can see, I just reset the chart back to its default setting, as easy as that. So I'll go ahead and just retrace my steps here and click on OK. And now she's looking good. For charting and technical analysis, I like to use TradingView directly, and I'll quickly bring it into frame. Here on TradingView, you're going to have access to more data, more indicators, different asset classes. You can backtest strategies. There's just a heck of a lot more that you can do using TradingView directly. And TradingView is free to use. The free version does have some pop-up advertisements that can be a little bit distracting, but aside from that, it does work perfectly fine. My version here is a paid version, so at any point if you want to try out one of their paid plans, you can do so for free for up to 30 days. Then you can make an informed decision if TradingView is a good fit for you or not. So I'll leave a link for TradingView in the description of this video as well as in the pinned comment down below. I also have a step-by-step beginner tutorial on how to set up and use TradingView. So I'll leave a link for that video in the description down below for anyone that might find that helpful. Next to the chart, we have the order book. This is showing us where market participants have placed their long orders, their short orders, and their take profits for their positions. On the top side of the order book in red, these are the price points that market participants have placed their short orders at, or their take profits for their long positions. Down below in green, we have what's known as the bids. These are the price points that market participants have placed their long orders or their take profits for their short positions. In the middle of the order book, we have what's known as the mid price. So all the asks up above will be greater than the mid price, and all the bids down below will be less than the mid price. When a trader comes along and executes a market order, they're matched up with the best available price off the order book, and the trade is executed immediately. And you can view those trades right here if you click on recent transactions. In this panel here, you can see the trades being executed in real time. All the buys are coming in green, and all the sells are coming in red. In the price column, you can see the price point that the trade was executed at, and here in the size column, you can see the size of the trade that successfully went through. When you want to get back to your order book, just simply click on Order Book. And next to your order book is where you'll find your order panel, where you can go long or short using limit orders, market orders, and you can set up some stop losses, and I'll demonstrate all of those in this tutorial. Over here above the chart is where you're going to find your funding rate, as well as the countdown timer of the current funding period. At the time of recording, you can see that there's a positive funding rate of 0.009%. This means that anybody holding a long position is paying that funding rate to anybody holding a short position. If you ever see a negative funding rate, this means that anybody holding a short position is paying that funding rate to anybody holding a long position. So it's always a good idea to pay attention to the current funding rates. In this particular situation, if you were holding a long position, you'd be paying that funding rate to anybody holding a short position. But if you were holding a short position, you'd be collecting that funding rate from anybody holding a long position. You can find your margin mode and leverage just above the order panel. You can see in my case here that I'm currently set to cross. If you want to change the margin mode, just click where it says cross, and then you'll get this pop-up window where you can toggle between cross and isolated margin mode. Bydfi will be giving you a description of each margin mode as well. In a nutshell, cross margin means that Bydfi will use your entire trading account as collateral across all of your open positions. So if you get liquidated using cross margin, you can lose your entire account balance. In isolated margin mode, only what you put into the position is used as collateral. So if one of your positions gets liquidated using isolated margin mode, you'll lose the collateral in that position and not your entire account balance, unless you put your entire account balance into one position. But at any point, if you need to refresh up on that, you'll be able to read these descriptions right here. For this tutorial, I'll go ahead and use isolated margin mode, and then I'll click on confirm. Now, when we come back to the order panel, you can see that I just toggled this over to isolated margin. Next to your margin mode is where you'll find your leverage. And as you can see, by default, this is set to 50x leverage. And 50x leverage, in my opinion, is very risky. Yes, leverage can maximize your gains, but it can also maximize your losses or get you completely liquidated. And if you're brand new to trading, 50x leverage is likely to get you liquidated faster than a fart in a hurricane. So if you want to change your leverage, just click right here where it says 50x. Then you'll get a pop-up window where you can adjust the amount of leverage you're using. You can use this slider bar down below, or you can just type in a custom amount. I'll go ahead and just bring this down to 2x leverage. Then once you have the leverage set up the way that you want it, just simply click on confirm. Now when we come back to the order panel, you'll see that I just switched this to 2x leverage. And I'll be explaining leverage more as I'm demonstrating some market orders. Market orders are nice and simple. They'll execute immediately at the best available price off of the order book. So the first thing we want to do is choose the amount of leverage we wish to trade with. So in my case here, I'll leave that set to 2x. Then we need to choose the size of the position that we wish to open. We'll be able to see our available balance right here, so we'll know exactly what we're working with. So in my case here, I could type in a custom amount. I could do 20 tether if I choose. And alternatively, you can use this slider bar to choose the size of your position right here. For this demonstration, I'll go ahead and just do 20 tether. Now you'll notice down here where it says margin, Bydfi is letting me know how much of my own tether I need to put into this position as collateral. And in this particular situation, I need to put 9 tether of my own money as collateral into this position. And that's because I'm using 2x leverage. You'll notice if I come up here, click on 2x, and let's go ahead and adjust the leverage to 5x like so. I'll click on confirm. Then I'll come back over here to the order panel. I'll type in 20 tether. Now when we come down to where it says margin, you can see that now I only need 3.7 tether as collateral to put into this position. And that's because I'm now using 5x leverage. So as you can see, not only can leverage maximize your gains, but it can also free up the remainder of your capital to be deployed into other positions if you choose. Just always remember that leverage can maximize your losses or get you completely liquidated. So always keep that in mind when choosing how much leverage you wish to trade with. Once you have your order configured, you'd click on long if you're betting on the price to go up, or you'd click on short if you're betting on the price to go down. For this demonstration, I'll click on long. Then you'll get an order confirmation pop-up window where you can confirm the details of your order. So in my case here, I'm going to be opening a long position at market, so the best available price off of the order book, with a position size of 20 tether, minus the fee once I open this position. So if everything's what you intended, you click right here on long. And as you can see, that position filled at the best available price off of the order book. You can find the detail of your open position if you come down here and click on positions. Here's where you'll find the details of your position. And right here is where you'll find your estimated liquidation price. So in my particular situation, that's 1,483. So if this trade goes against me and Ethereum comes down to 1,483, I'm going to be liquidated and I'll be losing the collateral that I put into this position. And I can see my collateral right here. Now, another quick tip with this. The more leverage that you use, the closer your liquidation price is going to be to your entry price. And I'll quickly show you that, so keep this in mind. My current liquidation price for this position size is 1,483. So I'm going to quickly close this position. And I'll open the same position, but this time I'll use 10x leverage. So I'm going to come back here to the order panel. I'll click here on 5x. Let's go to 10x leverage. I'll click confirm. I'll come back to the order panel. I'll put in my position size of 20 tether. Now I'll go ahead and click on long. And I'll confirm this order. And now I'm in my long position. So if we come back down here and click on positions, now you can see my estimated liquidation price came up to 1,668. So there's much less wiggle room here. If Ethereum comes down to 1,668, I'm going to get liquidated and I'll lose the collateral that I put into this position. And in this particular situation, that would be $1.86 of tether. If you'd like to add a take profit as well as a stop loss for your open position, just come over here on the right hand side underneath position TPSL, click on this little pencil icon. Then you'll get a pop-up window where you can set your take profit as well as your stop loss. So let's imagine that I'm targeting 2,000. I type that into TP right here, so we'll go 2,000. And right below that, Bydfi will be estimating what my profit will be if my target gets hit. For a stop loss, let's imagine that I want to set it at 1,790. I type that into this box right here. So we'll go 1,790. Now Bydfi is estimating what my loss will be if my stop loss gets hit. Once you set this up the way that you want it, you just come over here and click on confirm. Now I've set a take profit as well as a stop loss for this open position. And you can see that right over here now. You can also find the details of your take profit and stop loss if you come over here and click on orders next to position. And here's where you'll find the details of your take profit and stop loss. If at any point you want to cancel those, just come over here on the right hand side and click on the trash icon. Just like so. And as you can see, I just got rid of my take profit and stop loss. If at any point you'd like to close your position manually, you can come over here where it says positions, give it a click. And then over here underneath close, you have the option to close your position as a market order, so the best available price off of the order book, or you can close it as a limit order where you define the price point you wish to close, just like setting a take profit. So if you click on limit, you get this pop up here. Once again, let's just imagine I want to target 2,000. I type it in like so. I would choose how much of the position I wish to close. In my case here, 100% works perfectly fine, and I'd click on confirm. Now I've submitted that limit order to close my position at 2,000. So if the price comes up to 2,000, that order will fill and I'll be closing my position in a profit. And you'll be able to see that down here next to positions. If you click on orders, here's where you'll find the details of your limit order. If you want to remove it, just come over here and click on the trash icon. And as you can see, I just removed that limit order to close my position. If you want to close your position at market, we'll come over here. We'll click on the positions tab. Then we'll come over here under close and we'll click on market. Then you'll get a pop-up window, so choose how much of the position you wish to close. In my case here, 100% works perfectly fine, and click on confirm. And as you can see, I just closed that position at the best available price off of the order book. Before moving on to limit orders, I'll now show you how you can set a take profit and stop loss while you're opening a market position. So what we'll do is we'll come back up here to the order panel. We'll make sure we're set to market. Then we'll choose the amount of leverage we wish to trade with. So I'll click on 10x. Let's go ahead and bring this down to 2x. Click on confirm. And now I'll come back to the order panel and I'll choose my position size. And I'll do the same thing. I'll do 20 tether. Now before opening this position, I'm going to click right here where it says TPSL. And here's where we can put in our take profit and stop loss while opening this position. So once again, let's imagine I'm targeting 2,000. I'll type that into this box right here. And let's imagine I want to set my stop loss at 1,790. Now that I have this set up the way that I want it, I'd simply click right here on long. Then you'll get your order confirmation pop-up window where you can confirm the details of your order. And right down here, you can see that the moment I open this position, a take profit will be added at 2,000 and a stop loss will be added at 1,790. If I wish to open this position, I just come down here and click on long. And that long position filled immediately at the best available price from the order book. And my take profit and stop loss was added as well. So if we come down here, we can see our open position right here on the position tab. And we can see the take profit and stop loss if we click right here on orders. And here's the take profit and stop loss. Once again, if you want to cancel those, just come over here, click on the trash icon, just like so. There goes the take profit and stop loss. And if I want to close the position, come over here, click on position. And I'll come over here underneath close. And I'll click on market. Closing 100% works perfectly fine, so I'll click on confirm. And I just closed that position immediately. And this works exactly the same for short positions. So for a short position, we come up to the order panel, select our leverage, click on market, enter the position size, so I'll do 20 tether. I'll go ahead and add a take profit and stop loss by clicking here. And this time, let's just imagine that I'm targeting 1,700 as my take profit. And maybe I want my stop loss at 1,876. Now that I have this up the way that I want it, I'd click on open short to bet on the price to go down. I'll get my order confirmation pop-up window, so I'll confirm the details are what I intended. So if the price of Ethereum comes down to 1,700, I'll be taking profit on my short position. But if price goes against me and reaches 1,876, I'll be stopped out, mitigating any further loss. If that looks good, you'd click on short. And I just entered that short position at the best available price off of the order book. And if we come down here to positions, we can see the details of that open position. And you'll see right here that my estimated liquidation price would be 2,768. So if Ethereum came up to 2,768, my position would be liquidated and I'd be losing the collateral that I put into this position, which would be $9.26. But I do have a stop loss in place well before that. And we can find the details of that if we click here on orders. And once again, we can see the details of my take profit and stop loss. So in this particular situation, I wouldn't have to worry about being liquidated because my stop loss comes up much sooner than that price point. So that's how you can use market orders. Now I'll demonstrate some limit orders. So what we'll do is we'll come back up here to our order panel and we'll click on limit. A limit order will allow you to be a little bit more strategic by choosing a price point that you wish to open a long position or by choosing a price point that you wish to open a short position. But you will need the price of the asset to reach your order price before your position will fill. So what we'll do is we'll start out by choosing the amount of leverage we wish to trade with. And in my situation here, I'll just leave that on 2x. Next, we need to choose a price point to place an order at. And I'll demonstrate by placing an order to open a long position first. So let's head on over here to the chart. And just for the purposes of demonstration, let's imagine that I want to place a limit order to open a long position somewhere down around this price action right here. So what I'll do is I'll grab a horizontal out of my little favorite drawing tool tab here. Let's come up to the chart and I'll mark an area, maybe somewhere right along here. Now I can see a price point on the y-axis of the chart correlating to that horizontal at 1,741. And I'll use that price point to place my limit order to open a long position. So we'll come back over here to the order panel and I'll type that into price. We'll go 1,741. Next, I need to choose the size of my order and I'll go ahead and just do 20 tether again. But remember, you can always use this slider bar down below to choose your position size as well. Now, if I'd like to add a take profit and stop loss, I can check this box right here. And let's imagine that I want to target 2,000 if this order was to fill. We'll type it in there. And now let's choose a price to set the stop loss. So I'll come back over here to the chart. And for the purposes of demonstration, let's imagine that I want to set my stop loss just below this really obvious pivot on the market right here. What I would do is grab a horizontal here and I'll mark a spot somewhere just below that pivot, maybe something like this. Now I can see a price point on the y-axis of the chart coming in at 1,614, and I'll use that as my stop loss for the purposes of this demonstration. So we'll come over here and type that into this box here. We'll go 1,614. Now that I have this set up the way that I want it, I would come down here and click on long. I'll get my order confirmation pop-up window here, so confirm the details are what you intended. Everything's looking perfectly fine in here. I can see my take profit's going to be added at 2,000 and my stop loss will be added at 1,614 if this order fails. So everything's looking good. I'm going to go ahead and click on long. Now I've placed that order on the order book. If the price of Ethereum rolls over here and it comes down to 1,741, my order is going to fill me into a long position, and then I'll be looking for a bounce to the upside for this to be profitable. If price action continues to the downside, that's going to put me in a loss. But if it hits 1,614, Bydfi is going to be closing my position at the best available price off the order book, mitigating any further losses to the downside. You can find the details of your open order if you come down here and click on Orders next to Position. And here's where you'll find the details of the order that you placed on the order book. If at any point you want to remove it off of the order book, just come over here and click on this trash icon. Now, as you can see, I just took that order off of the order book. Of course, we can use a limit order to open a short position as well. So to do that, we'll come back up here to the order panel, make sure we're set to limit, and then we'll choose the amount of leverage. Once again, I'll just leave this at 2x. Next, we need to choose a price point that we wish to place a short order at. So let's come back over here to the chart, and for the purposes of demonstration, let's imagine that I want to place an order to open a short position somewhere up around these candle bodies right here. So what I'll do is I'll grab a horizontal out of this tab right here, and I'll mark those candle bodies out, something like this. Now I can see a price point on the y-axis of the chart coming in at 2001. And I'll use that price point to place an order for a short position. So we'll come over here to the order panel and type that into price. We'll go 2001. Next, we'll need to choose the size of the order. And this time I'll just do 30 tether. Once again, if we want to add a take profit and stop loss to this order, we'll check this box right here. And let's imagine that I'm targeting this horizontal down here at 1,741 as my take profit level if this order fills. So let's go ahead and type that into TP. We'll go 1,741. Next, we need to choose a price point for our stop loss. Let's come back up here to the chart. And just for the purposes of demonstration, let's imagine that I want to set my stop loss just above this wick right here. So what I'll do is I'll grab another horizontal here, and I'll mark an area on the chart just above that wick, maybe something like this. Now I can see a price point on the y-axis of the chart coming in at 2,041. And I'll use that as my stop loss. So we'll come back to the order panel and we'll type that into SL. We'll go 2,041. Now that I have my order set up the way that I want it, I'll click right here on short. Then I'll get my confirmation pop-up window to confirm the details of my order. And in my case here, I'll be opening a short position if Ethereum reaches 2001 with a position size of 30 tether minus my fee. And a take profit will be added at 1,741 and my stop loss will be at 2,041. This looks good to me, so I'm going to go ahead and click on short. Now I've placed that order onto the order book. If Ethereum manages to work its way up, coming up here, hitting 2001, this order is going to fill and I'll be opening a short position and be looking for price action to roll over, move to the downside, and hit 1,741. In the event that that happens, Bydfi will be closing my position in profit. If my order fills and this trade goes against me, I'll be stopped out at 2,041 for the best available price off of the order book, mitigating any further losses. If you want to find the details of your order, just come down here, click on Orders next to Positions, and here's where you'll find your short order on the order book. If you want to cancel it, come over here and click on this trash icon. And as you can see, I just took that order off of the order book. You can find all the trading fees if you come right up here, click on the Bydfi logo, and this will bring you back to the home page. Just scroll all the way down here to the bottom, and underneath support, you'll find trading fees right here. Just give it a click. You'll find all your spot trading fees up at the top, and if you scroll down just a little bit, you'll find your perpetual contract fees right here. At the time of recording, you can see that the fee for taker is 0.06, so that's if you're going to be executing market orders, and you can see that maker fee is 0.02. That's if you're going to be placing limit orders. Usually exchanges incentivize traders to place their orders onto the order book, and they do that by charging a smaller fee for maker orders. Now, these fees could be different by the time you're watching this video, so I would encourage you to come over to this page and see what the current fees are at by the time you place your first trades. And there you have it, your introduction to trading futures on Bydfi. If you got some value out of that, don't forget to leave me a like and hit subscribe for future content. Also, feel free to check out my other Bydfi tutorials, which I've put together in a playlist on my YouTube channel. Thanks so much for coming by and checking out this video. Looking forward to seeing you in the next one. And until I do, have yourself a powerful day.